Yay!
All right, so yesterday,
Yay, math.
yay, math. That is correct. If you guys could go ahead, please, and mute yourselves to get the lesson started, that would be good. But we are going to start a place, right, that a number had. So going back to yesterday, because we talked about like what is the thousands place, hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place, right? Today we're going to talk about what does the value in place value mean. So not just what is the that place, but also what does it mean when we say place value. So today's goal, does anybody want to read today's goal? Today's goal. Oh, Guadalupe, thank you. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Today's goal is to understand how digits in a larger number have a value based on what place they are located within the number.
Thank you, Guadalupe. It's good to have somebody who doesn't always speak up volunteer to read. I appreciate that. Thanks for being a risk taker. So today's goal is to understand how the digits in that number, what they're actually worth, what their value is, right? Not just what place are they in, but if it's in the hundreds place, what does that really mean? Okay, so the value is what a number is actually worth based on its place in a multi-digit number. So for example, you have the digit 3, the digit 4, and the digit 7 in this number. Well, what is the 4 actually worth? I know it's in the tens place, so it's worth 4 tens, right? And so what does that mean is the value of that number. So I have the question, what does value mean in a multi-digit number? So yesterday we talked about place. Why is the place of a digit important in a number? And how does that place change the value of the digit? So it's important for us to know the place because the place tells us what it's actually worth. So if you look, for example, what number is in the ones place? Go ahead and just unmute yourself and you can tell me. In my number, 1,345, what number is in the ones place?
5.
Right?
5.
You can see right down here that the 5 equals 5 ones, and that's worth 5, right? 5 ones is worth 5. What number is in the tens place, Eric?
4.
4, right? So if the 4 is in the tens place, the value of that 4 changes because it's not in the ones place, right? There's a difference between having 4 ones and 4 tens. So there's 4 tens means that there's 40, right? So I'm going to try to use my little draw pad here for a second. So if I have 4 ones, it's going to look like this, right? Can you see these little dots I'm making? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 4 ones. If I have 4 tens, I'm going to have those lines, right? 10, 20, 30, and 40. So there's difference, right, between the ones and the tens. What number is in the hundreds place, Mary Lay? Mary Lay, can you unmute yourself and just say which number is in the hundreds place for me?
In the hundreds place is 3.
Good. 3 is in the hundreds place, right? So if there's a 3 in the hundreds place, that actually means it's worth 300. The value of a 3 in the hundreds place is 300. And then Cynthia, what is in the thousands place?
1.
1, right? So if there's a 1 in the thousands place, the value of that 1 is 1,000. Okay, there's 1,000 in thousands place. So I have this little meme over here that says, you're telling me the digit 4 doesn't always mean 4, right? So no, it doesn't. The digit 4 means a different value based on which place it's in. If the 4 was in the thousands place, it would mean we had 4 thousands, all right? So it's important to recognize that each place has its own value. So let's talk about these. Raise your hand or hit your hand raise button if you can tell me what you think any of these digits are worth. So when we look at it, raise your hand, the 7. Raise your hand if you'd like to volunteer. Michael, thank you, sir. So the 7, first tell us what place the 7 is in, and then tell us what you think the 7 is worth.
I think that the 7 is in the ones.
Yep, so it's in the ones place. So what's the value of the 7?
7.
Very good. 7, just 7, because it's in the ones place. Thank you, Michael. All right, moving forward to the 3. Raise your hand if you could tell us about the 3. Somebody besides Michael. Jay, go for it.
I think the 3 is in the 10th place.
Okay, so if it's in the tens place, what would the value of the 3 be?
30.
30, very good, because it's 3 tens. Awesome job. Clay, I saw your hand go up. What about the 2?
The 2 is in the hundreds place.
All right, and so what's the value of the 2?
The value of the 2 is 100.
It's hundreds, so how many, if there's 2 of them, what is it worth?
The value of the 2, because there's 200 equals 200.
Very good, thank you. 200, 2 in the hundreds place means there's 200. And last but not least, the 4. Eric, what's the value of that 4?
4,000.
4,000, very
The
good.
thousandth place.
Yep, because it's in the thousands place. Awesome job, Eric, thank you. All right,
Okay.
let's go make it a little harder now. Let's mix them up. This one says identify the value of each underlined digit. So now on these, you're going to look at the digit that's underlined, and you're going to tell me what is that digit worth based on where it's underlined. So let's look at the first number, 2,356. The 5 is underlined. What is that 5 worth? Raise your hand and tell me. Christian, go for it.
The 10th.
It's the 10. So what is that 5? What's the value of the 5 in the tens place?
50.
Awesome job. Thank you, sir. 50. Uh-oh, my typing one worked. 50. All right, let's look at the next one. 1,328. I'm going to volunteer for that one. Alejandro.
Tens.
Tens place. So what's the value of that 2 in the tens place?
20.
Good. All right, somebody want to do the next one? The 9 that's underlined. Sue, what's that 9 worth? Sue, you got to unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
Something happened.
I can hear you now. Sue, what's that 9 worth that's underlined right there?
It's a 7.
It's a 9. It's hard to see.
I mean 9. 9.
So it's
Yeah.
worth 9, right? It's in the ones place. Very good. CJ, you've been writing stuff on your whiteboard, so we'll let you do the next one. Looking at the 2 right here that's underlined, what is that 2 worth? Very good. CJ wrote on his whiteboard, it is worth 2,000 because it is in the thousands place. What is going on? My typing is being weird. It's B9. There we go. Okay. And then 8,674. Alexander, can you tell us what's that underlined 7 worth?
70.
70. Very good. In the tens place. Nice job. And we'll do one more. Asil, can you tell us what that underlined 6 is worth in the last one?
The 6
Yeah, what's
is in the 1 is
bottom left right here? What place is that in?
it's in the thousands.
Thousands. So what's it worth if it's in the thousands place? Six what? 6,000. So if it's in the thousands place, the 6 is worth 6,000, right? So remember, whatever place it's in gives that number its value. So the place is where the digit is in the number. The value is what that number is worth, depending on where its place is, all right? So quick vocab recap. Over the last 3 days, we've talked about 3 different things. We've talked about a digit. A digit is a single number that gives a larger number its value. A place is the place a digit holds in the large number, right? So where it is in the number. And then value is what the number is actually worth based on its place in a multi-digit number, right? Those are three important words to understand when it comes to vocabulary. So your job today, in just a minute, don't start yet. I don't have my chat box open yet. Your job is going to be to, in the chat box, type the value of the underlined digit, and then you're going to go on to math and do your beginning of year assessment part 2. So I'm going to go through and show you one more time how to get to that, and then I want to talk to you about something today moving forward with math. So today your job, after we get off the Zoom, is to go to Tuesday, go to math, and then only do beginning of the year assessment part 2. It is 5 short questions just like yesterday. Remember, am I taking a grade on this as like a test or quiz grade? No.
No.
Right? This is
And
just,
how do you do that?
just to show me what people know and don't know at the beginning of the year so I can figure out what we need to focus on in lessons later on, okay? So your job today when we log off here is to get on math and complete that. I also want to remind you, I have office hours. So if you go to my homepage from 1:50 to 2:50, you can click on this button right here that says need help, and then it'll pull up my Zoom link for office hours. Okay, so if you're stuck on math homework, if you're stuck on something in writing or reading any of those different subjects, you can get on my office hours and I will be on Zoom to help people. All right. I've only had like one person get on office hours, and it could be a very helpful part of the day if you're stuck on things. Okay. So make sure that at the end of the day, when you're doing all those other subjects too, if you need help, you can get on office hours and I can help you. All right, I'm going to stop my share for just a second. I'm going to stop my recording really quick.